Okay, thanks a lot for coming back. So a little bit of work that I've done, and I've done some things that are a little bit new, is traditionally we have the market that gets initialized pretty much right off the bat inside of Main. But one of the things that we're going to need to do is we're actually going to need to adjust the prices of stocks once we buy them. And so it's easy enough to add a little bit to the value of stocks, like for example doing something like this. And we can take this and move this over here. But we want to actually create a little bit more visibility in the market so that we can actually talk to the market outside of the main. And so here's the extent of the main in mine right now, where it goes down to roughly that bracket. And what I want to do is I want to update pricing for bought stocks. And so I've created that method here. And I'm going to call upon that because some other things that I've been doing here is I'm saying, okay, you're going to go ahead and build your random portfolio using the pieces of the market. We know how to take apart the market and build a portfolio from that. For example, and build a random portfolio. Here inside of main, though, we're going to say, why don't we create an array list of transactions? That's fine. And then why don't we search for the holdings that are ready to be sold? And so, for example, if you compare the price of what you have inside of your portfolio versus their current pricing in the marketplace, you may find that some of your stocks may have gone up in price after you went ahead and bought it. Now, we artificially create that rise in stock price because every time somebody buys a stock, we actually increase the stock by a random amount. Right, this is right here. So once you add in 100,000 different buyers, the impact of different buyers will cause for some stocks to go up in price. And so we're going to search for the saleable holdings, and then we're actually going to update the pricing for bought stocks. And we may reverse the we may end up update the pricing for bought stocks after we build the random portfolio. That sounds pretty reasonable to me. But what I do want to consider is, the visibility of the marketplace is going to change if you put it right at the top of the app. And so we'll be able to see the market after the main, which may be necessary if we want to update the pricing of stuff inside of the market. So we want to, if we take a look at update the pricing for bought stocks, probably want to add that right after you build the random portfolio. And, oh, I see what I was doing. After you search for those saleable holdings, you actually might want to update the pricing for those bought stocks right after you've located the saleable holdings. So the next time we get together and we talk, we're going to talk a little bit about how we're going to look into those transactions that you've made and then get the symbol. So for example, transaction has a symbol. Or rather, transaction has a symbol. And then also that transaction has a price. And let me take a look at that. It has a price right there within that transaction. Dot price. Now let's see what we got wrong here. Did I spell that wrong? For that transaction, inside of that array list of transactions, tr dot, oh, for some reason, I was just spelling it wrong. It has a symbol, right? And tr has a price too. So those are referenceable objects. So if we take a look at the transactions that we've already made, and then we actually look through them, we update those prices, and then we actually update the price in the larger market, that'll be possible once our market is right up top there. Now I want you to just take that and work on that a little bit. So I can actually say, if you take a look at market, and the market, which is referred to up top here, because of that market, it actually has that array list of stocks that are happening right there. So as you start to kind of massage, and this is an error, so it's preventing the compilation of this unit right here. And this is also an error, so I just want to put that in there as a suggestion. Now we can take a look at market as an object, and that market should have an M. So let's take a look at that. Create a class M, no. Change to market. That right there is what we want to take a look at. So we want to be referring back to this greater market right up top here when we're going to update the pricing. And that's something we're going to talk about in the next few videos. But what I want to do is I want to increase the visibility of market by placing up there so you can begin to work with it that way.